Так, чё, поехали. У нас тут появился скакун. С скакунишкой. Такой вот. Все-таки я, короче, ограбил этого броника. Так, погнали. А, может пешком подойти. Сейчас сосредоточиться вклад какие-то. Так, мы здесь, да? Ну, час, да? От моста. А, пойдем лошадь ставим здесь. Сейчас, секунду. Погнали. Да что такое-то? Хочу убавить. Вот так. Ганса нам какого-то надо найти. Что в задании сказано? До пруда. В смысле до пруда? Никаких прудов не вижу. Так, найдем. Или не найдем. Тут квест, короче, был до этого. Вообще жесть. На охоте. Это просто я там бегал, искал. 2 раза, блядь. Опа-на, нашли, короче, да? Вылезай. Здорово.
Jesus, you've led me a merry dance.
What do you want from me?
I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why did you run off like that? Where are your cronies? And why did you kill that bandit?
What?
Right, one thing at a time.
Ненормально. Так а чё делать?
Why did you run off in such a hurry?
Чё поиграть?
Because I was
Скажи.
afraid they'd come back and kill me.
Who?
Those bandits, of course.
To get revenge on you for killing their mate?
Killing? Me? I never killed anyone. God is my witness.
I'm looking for your friends. Where are they?
charcoal burners? They're over at the...
To hell with the charcoal burners. Where are your bandit mates?
They're not my mates. They nearly killed me. I recognized one of them, so I thought they'd come back and...
Recognize? Who was it? Talk!
I don't know his name, only that he's from Ushets and he has a limp.
What can you tell me about him? How do you know him?
I saw him a few times in the tavern in Ushets, playing dice and boozing.
And?
I know he lives in a house on the
Так вот
edge
именно,
of the
что ты вот
village,
видишь, ты
but
сам
that's
даже не
all I
знаешь,
know. I
чё.
never talked to him.
Ты даже сам понимаешь, вот я тебе вопрос задал, ты даже сам не знаешь. Чё? Понимаешь? Стас, здорово. Да, ограбил я их всех.
Why did you kill that bandit?
What? Bandit? I never killed anyone.
This is yours, isn't it? I pulled it from the belly of a dead bandit near the stud farm.
That is mine, but I didn't stab him. That fellow took it.
Ну так вот именно что
What fellow?
нам по 30 плюс лет, и вот
I don't know
я
his
не знаю,
name,
в что
but
поиграть, но
he's
все
from
говно.
Ushets, and
Ты
he has a
тоже не
limp.
знаешь, в что поиграть.
He limps
Для тебя
and
тоже
he's
все
from
говно.
That's not much to go on, but I suppose it'll
Чё,
have to
я не
do.
знаю, типа.
It's all I know. I never
Я вот
talked
играю
to
в
him.
стратежки там на хардкоре, да вот в эту на хардкоре. Больше что еще такое на хардкоре поиграть? Не знаю.
And now tell me exactly what happened. And don't leave anything out.
That's quite a long story.
Don't worry, I won't get bored.
All right. I woke up in the middle of the night because I needed to go for a piss. So I went out into the dark, same as usual, only there was something there that shouldn't have been. At first I thought it was just a trick of the light, but it wasn't. Then it was too late. They went past and I thought they must be horse thieves. I would have yelled, only I was afraid they'd kill me. So I waited until they were out of sight and I started to sneak away, but then...
Then the slaughtering started.
Yes. I thought they'd steal the horses and ride off. That would be bad enough, but then all the killing started and flames everywhere. It was terrible, like hell itself.
And then?
It seemed some of them didn't like it either. They started
Дюну? В
squabbling
смысле,
among
какую Дюну?
themselves, and some of them started running back where they came from,
Игорь,
right
привет.
towards me. And I had that thing
Ну вот
in my
спустя
hand,
2
the
года
hoof pick.
плюс моды,
So
так
you stabbed the
прикольно.
first one in the belly?
No. He ran right into me. He
Call
was
of
running
Duty
fast. for a
давно уж
fellow with a limp.
помойка.
He pushed me aside and I fell on the ground. Then he told me I'd better
Чё
lie
за
low
Дюну, я
if
не
I
знаю.
valued my life. And he ran
Мне
off
это?
with the others. I did what he
Шесть.
said and hid. Then the rest of the gang ran past.
And then?
Then I waited in case.
А,
that
да я играл
Russians
еще
came
в
back.
нее, не
I
знаю, в
didn't dare come
93-м
out until I was sure.
вроде. У меня еще на дискетах
Think it
она
was
была,
almost like-
Дюна.
What about the others? Was there anything you noticed about them?
I don't know.
Do you know what they argued about?
I didn't hear everything, but I reckon some of them were only there to steal.
That sounds terrible.
If only.
If you had, you might.
But still.
There was nothing you could.
Сейчас, кстати, фильм выйдет, Дюна. Первая часть. По книгам будут снимать.
That's all.
Он снимает.
I've heard everything.
Wait!
Perhaps I could. What would you like?
I'd like to go back to the stud farm, but those cutthroats who want to kill me are still around. Will you help me?
They're out of
you-
the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's great, but
What?
Конечно, буду смотреть.
afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about it all. I don't know if they'll even want to talk to me.
Вот, а по сравнению сравнить его со старой Дюной 84-го года.
Just try, and you'll see whether they drive you away or not. But if you explain it to them, they're sure to understand.
I suppose.
Здорово, дед. Чё, прикинь-то? Короче, я начал сегодня. Ну, чё ты начал? Что произошло у тебя? Ты ебучую траву собрал? И чё? Копил 100 монет, ну дальше. Пошел пиздить. Че тебе корова-то сделала? А? Корова пошел, говорит, пиздить меня поймали. Да, конечно, блядь. Коровы. Пиздить пошел в хату. Это у тебя умаев, да? Нормально. Да, все, что, грабную массу. Ты познакомился с этим миром. Так, ну куда нас скакать-то сейчас? Обратно, да? Сотнику требует. Блять, как отсюда сейчас выбрать? Что там с собакой? Норм, да. В смысле, ненормально, я тебя вообще не понимаю просто. Хотя, ну это что-то ненормально, да, походу? Ненормальный. Ненормально у тебя. Ненормально что-то с головой. Ты чё? Прощай, ненормальные у нас. Свирепые модераторы просто. Не будут смотреть. Что-то дурачком я назвал, наркоманом. Был, не пил, говорит, но стал наркоманом. Че вообще, к чему я-то? Да, да. К чему эти слова? Понимаю.
Да.
Ты жизнь. Граф этот отвел, да, душу. Как надо с картой свериться. Втирать, да, ничего. Так, по карте это что у нас? Так-то все норм, да, мы едем. Нам все по дороге. Первая, вторая, третья отворотка. Точно. Да, отворотка. Налево, да, получается. Третья, да. да, вот там. Как? Там где ферма, да? Да. Что-то в лес куда-то ведет. Да, блядь, повернул.
Yeah.
Что, я и не нуждаюсь пока. Сейчас пойдем эти могилы копать что-то. Будем будить усопших, блин. Это здесь, да, по идее. А че, ночью еще ничего не видать.
Well, well. Look who deigns to grace us with his presence.
Че все
I was
красные?
looking for that boy, and
And you didn't bother telling anyone.
I had to follow the trail before it went cold.
And what if some bandit skewered you and left you for dead? We'd never find you because you told no one where you were going. How would I explain that to Sir Radzig, eh? I really don't. Silent. I'd like to kick your arse back. God help. I hope we've got that.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzig will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
Сейчас. Во. Окей. Обратно надо скакать теперь. Где моя лошадь? А, так он здесь, да?
Yeah.
Greetings. What do you need?
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
Все
One of the
расскажем.
Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him.
Did he tell you what happened?
Больше расскажу, может, больше
He
денег
said it
дадут.
wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took
Сибирчик.
fright when the slaughter
Или как
started.
Сибирь...
Seems they were only
Сибирячок.
interested
Здорово.
in loot, so they...
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Uzhitz.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge... I'm going to our encampment at Merhaya to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir. Why choose Merhaya?
It's somewhat at the center of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwelling...
But the bandits won't find...
There's always a...
True.
Понятно.
Exact...
But what?
Creating...
I have some news.
Good. Tell...
Betrayal.
I see.
That's all I found.
All right. Good luck to you.
Так, что, все, да, получается? Надо ехать. Йо, нифига себе. Я бы поехал, типа, переоделся бы. Переоделся, поспал и похавал. Да, ехать уже. Ну или еще нормально так, что? На, в лошадь скинуть. как-то, ну. У меня кольчуги нету, да? Такое. Замечательно, да? Да я скормлю собаке, она ест, пофиг. А что-то делать, типа, с ней, да? У меня тут вон уже тухляка сколько. Блин, и кольчуги-то нету, да, у меня? Есть, но ее надо чинить. Переедание какое-то, да? Чего себе? А, поехали вот. Так, как нам следовать? Искать-то. Опять на эту дорогу, да, и все по ней. Окей. Ну да, на все бабки. Стало маленько. Опять темно так.
Yeah.
Так, я сюда скачу.
Yeah.
Игруля. Ну, вот такое.
Yeah.
Бля, сейчас там надо будет драться, да? Я еще и без доспехов. Вообще норм. О, езда прокачалась. Так. Скачет быстрее. Сейчас записываю, как скачешь быстрее.
Yeah.
Все, ля, гляди. Арабский скакун. Да, я знаю это. Я не хочу этот хомящий синдром включать, блядь, чтобы больше нести. Так нормально. Сейчас надо еще продать все. Кстати, знаешь, что фигово, короче, я уже убил этих торгашей-то. И все, типа. И не работают лавки теперь. Печалька, да? Так, ну что, мы приехали в Ушицу, да? Мне еще дальше надо. Да, вот. Там большой дороги надо, ладно, здесь. Да я знаю, что ты выбрал бы груз. Я как бы вообще не сомневаюсь в этом. Чё, бля? Я по делам тут, по новым. Так, мы в лавку мясника, да, проехали. Мне надо через мост и направо. Где мост? Направо. Здесь, да? Вроде так. Мост прямо направо. И вот в этой теме он, да, обитает.
Yeah.
Ты можешь погавкать, чтобы хозяин выпал. Чу.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love.
Так, что тут у нас? Протухшая-то есть. А, пожари курицу.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this. Good fella. That's my boy.
Ну да.
Look what I've got for you. You'll
О,
love
это
this.
утилизатор, ёп. Собаке же пофиг что хавать. Ну что, подумаешь, пахнет немножко. Да? Норм, что так? Что у него? Ага. Как бы все норм, да, по вместимости у нас.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Во, наконец-то. Гавкала. Идите.
Good fella. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. Good. That's my boy. There. That's my boy. Good.
Вот, прокачалась. Так, что тут скачать? Так, и что теперь? Тусить тут до утра, что ли, ждать их? Поголодаю немножко, че? Так, и где ты, гусь? Адам, здорово. Впервые, ну да. Так, я все вроде правильно. Хромой разбойник. Да, блядь. Я 8, короче, на в трактир ехать, да? Действительно, где хромой живет?
I'll be with you.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
Aye, there is one fellow with a limp. Can't imagine what you'd want with the likes of him. Well, that's your affair. He lives in a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Neuhof.
Нормально, вообще, изи. То есть нам обратно доехать.
Lost something here?
О, по-любому здесь, да? Здесь какое-то собрание идет. Любаш, ты где? Я за тобой пришел. Любаша хлопнули, походу.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
О, нормально его посекли.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy.
I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Ну да. Такой легкий. Блин, надо переодеться, съездить. Ну нормально, шматье. Да, найти барыгу, которому можно продать все. Теперь-то продавать некому уже.
Who was Limpy Lubos?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl.
Has he been up to anything?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere.
Did he have any...
None. A loner he was.
Do you happen to know where he...
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk.
Мне ничего не понятно.
Another thing about Luke. When did you find the body?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything.
Ты его порешал,
Good health
по-любому
to you.
усатый.
I've come in the...
Of course.
That man Lubos who was murdered.
He was a drunk.
Have you noticed anything?
Well, now
Do you know what Lub...
not a clue.
Do you know any...
He was alone.
That's all.
И чё, блин, со своими вами тут базарить надо?
Jesus Christ be praised.
I've come in the name...
I don't know it.
That man...
I didn't really.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, I was wondering.
Do you know what Lubos...
He looked like he was.
Do you know any... That's all. Thank you.
Farewell.
Mother of God.
I've...
I don't know.
Who was it? Have you... Do you know? That's all.
May the Lord watch over you.
My respects.
I've come in the name...
Of course.
А, все, да, типа.
That's all.
Good luck to you.
Больше не с кем. Все, они расходятся. Священник надо идти. Отойдите от моей лошади. Незаконные. Не сын. Что, где священник? Ой, не туда поехал, да? Здесь. Прямо.
Yeah.
Чё, карате заниматься? Ну, каратисы. И аккуратнее, ёпта, давай. Машешь тут палкой.
I see you know how to... I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practiced with a stick. Reminder.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father.
Да-да-да.
Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you...
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart...
Did you know
Bit of a lost...
Did you notice any...
My child.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh...
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws.
Давай.
Father,
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circ...
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow. If
В
people
смысле, блядь,
Worse than
провал,
the death of
ёпта.
innocent Christians.
no one escapes.
Father, Lubosh, if I don't find out...
I wouldn't. Suppose we eat.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Farewell.
Я тебя поймаю, сука, мразь на букле. Мне кто расскажет. Так, корчма-то где у нас? Тут не показывают, да? Где что? А, здесь вот корчма. Когда мне с ним встретиться? Что не написано, да? Или вечером надо. Вон там я целый день, походу, тренироваться. Я пойду посплю. Где поспать? На лавочке реманем. Что такое? Пришел священник. Чем меня разбудили-то? Или разбудили?
Sacra! You've no business here. Never mind making yourself comfortable in some...
Дайте что-нибудь
Good
поспать.
God. May the Lord watch over you.
Не дают поспать. Собаки. Вы же корчмаи.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Can I sleep here?
All right. For how long?
Just the one.
All right.
Here you go.
You'll like it here.
Where do I go?
You'll have no trouble finding it. Right inside the door to the building, there's a ladder up to the loft. God be with you.
Чё, где лестница? Чё ты? Так, нормально, только постель.
I could do with a bite to eat.
Началось, да? У меня эти испортились, да? Пофиг. Так сойдет. Подсматривает. Очень сложно. Чё, где падра-то там, блядь, да я помню, чё махать. Вечером, да, походу с ним поговорить. Да, вообще жесть просто. О, кстати, смотрим, не откатились. Откатились, да? Сейчас я... Раз я тут одеялся. А, что-то не откатилось, да, это не откатилось. Упаны. Синий воинский жупан. Не надо просто вот так вот сделать. Че я там парюсь? Что получается, брони-то нету, да? Где оружие? А, у меня. Кто-то скатился, да? Тут нет еще, да? Все, да? Норм. Брони-то все равно нету. Да, он такой. Да, такой мразь. Темна, поэтому по-военному разговаривать. Этот бывший этот вояка.
visible. Over here, a beer.
Йо. Где этот старый жмых? Когда придет он? Почему? Йо.
Satisfied?
Cheers. With them. God bless them.
Это старый мужик. Не хочет идти, да? В корчму.
Visible. Over here, up here.
God save you.
Все, они уже ничего не говорят.
I'm honored that it... Take care now.
Я только поможет так священник. Бля, ну раз, это не идет, а. Что там Алвахио? Где Алвахио? Или она была здесь? Не помню. Падре, блядь. Где он? О, там спрятался. Больше корчмы-то нету, только та и все.
Hey, you. It's forbidden to walk at night.
Петухи, блядь, с ним факелом. Нет, самый долбанный квест это в монастыре. Для меня так я понял, как я там матюгался это долго. Где он?
I feel quite hungry.
За кем-то бегал. За кого-то обокрал, походу, дело. Там вообще жесть, у тебя все забирают, тебе надо, там, типа, ты монах, ты что-то расследовать. В монастыре, там, здоровый такой монастырь, ну, замок, бля, и вот внутри там молиться там. Ну, заебись. Вечером, он там сидел, он внутри, ёпта. Там вообще жесть просто. Ну, представь, у тебя все забирают, ты ходишь в одной рясе. Вообще, блядь, куда они... Вообще, там столько всяких запар, блядь. Это я просто играл. Сейчас на хардкоре это без этих... Без всяких компасов, блядь, без всей хуйни, блядь, там вообще трешак был. Ну, одно радует, там этот кормят бесплатно. Столовкой.
The blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. Take a seat. I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovner. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch, Bernard.
Cheers!
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noyle? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Here's to a good harvest.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubos told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where else do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits is in Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full
One
house.
beer for me.
A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything.
Как он заебал,
You want
да.
to baptize? What if the devil was such while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head? Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character...
Oh, the congregation.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds...
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Who preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the... I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them.
Got it for you right here.
Don't you think it's a bit...
No, I don't.
Cheers. What do you think of this?
He's certainly a wise man. If he got out of Prague...
Where can I find...
Do you like it?
What do the common...
They like it. In a few years, it'll have...
Yeah, unless they burn...
Nonsense.
Thanks for the...
Пиздец.
What do you suppose?
Надо с ним выпить, да? По-любому. Давай.
That sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Все, чё сейчас? Да, отказывает.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padł dziesnej smutek, do dnielno i rano utek, niech już małżeński majstrat, do wczera żylne staje brak. Už sejmoj svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jich kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požadem si huby jako poslední den. Půlky se váby a do rána slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu soudnej den, tak ale
Вот тебе, блядь, и святой отец. Йод, блядь, играет в азартные игры, ёпта. Баб, блядь, треплет,
Come on over here,
sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out. Oh.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Чё, блядь, драться еще, что ли? Да ну нахуй, я ж пьяный. Я бы не стал, зачем мне? Чё это? Сука. О, очко, блядь, доступно. Очко, блядь, доступно. Это так звучит странно. Вам доступно очко. Сука.
Shot!
Get your penance now.
Бля, падра, сука. Пьянь. Чё там, блядь, еще на колокольню пойдем? Еще и с бабами, ну вообще нормально. Ну, блядь, отче, ёпта наш. Отец.
Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
God, when you're...
Да там и пол лица сломала, мне
Here we
кажется.
are. Look at this beauty.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
Заебись, мэру пизды дали местным, да. Заебались, блядь. Давай, блядь, колокол, хуй. Идите, да.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Пиздец, да, вот, бля, вот что за пропаганда такая церкви, да, жесткая. Жесть, блядь. Мне кажется, папа, блядь, римский был недоволен этой игрой. Это ж католики, да, они?
God, when you old goat.
Come here.
Oh.
Блядь. Бля, ща ютуб, ёпта. Да пизда, нахуй. Ебать.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Угу.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on my head. My guts. My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I...
No.
Жесть.
So all at once... Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance. No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the litter. No need...
Christ almighty.
Wonderful.
Че, одеть надо что-то? Или что, голым, блядь? Голым пойдет. Чё ж тут сказали? Еда где-то. Чё посмотрите? Иду я, бля, пожрать сегодня. Погоди хоть, дай одеться. Там кольчуги нету, да? И здесь кольчуги этого, да?
All right, then. Suit yourself, but don't expect any help from me.
Бля, в смысле задание провалено? Понял. А, надо было сразу туда бежать, да? Блять, и сейва-то нету, по ходу дела, да? А где эту рясу-то взять? Ёб твою душу, мать. Хуй делать, сейчас быстренько на это, на перемотке.
I'm sorry, but first...
I'm from Scale. They're dead.
Well, it must have been...
I didn't. They...
My... And how did you...
You did. The
I see. Well... You... Let's... The...
Well, so...
If... It has... It's, well... I'm...
What?
The legit... They... What? Look... Oh!
Well... I...
Let...
All the
best. What... I'm... No... If you...
Hail as
What?
usual.
What?
А если с ним не бухать? Мне с ним подружиться. Да?
Enough of this!
Через постель. Что такое? Не сплю со священниками. Брезгую, блядь.
Come on then, Bailiff.
Oh, yeah.
You want to fight? Then come and get it. Don't worry. I won't give you any trouble. We'll just have a bit of a punch-up.
As you like, roughly.
Ну ты сука, бля, сзади подошел, да? Что ты, бля?
So, my dear, wouldn't you like to have a little ring on the bell? No sooner said than done.
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Ей надо рясу, да? Скорее всего. Где, блядь, ее взять? Рясу.
God.
Так, скипнуть нитки. Опять это хуй. Я хер знает. Сейчас что-нибудь. Сейчас разберемся побыстрее. Да мне кажется, надо быстрее просто добежать до туда, чтобы прочитать им этот проповедь. Нет? В трусах, блядь. Ну или рясу найти где-то здесь. Утес какой-то. Закончился, выполнил я, да.
Well, all right. But I can't make.
No.
What do you?
I'll go. No. Wonderful.
А, с ним идти, походу, просто.
Come on in.
Погнали.
What the?
А, просто одеться мне. Чё? Да, просто с ним идти. Пьяные, блядь. Я сейчас пытаться понизиться, блядь, в церкви, блядь, проповедь читать пьяным, блядь. Что там надо говорить? Там по таймеру так все. Давай, помогай.
Never show up. The swill pole.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
Проповедь обаяния.
Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where by the grace of God was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Да, отставай. Так, что там? Вот это обаяние.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
Just as we are commanded to obey the priests in matters of virtue, so are we commanded to defy them face to face if they live contrary to God's commandments.
Hear that, Godwin?
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, cumens, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
It is the custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters. Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
I say to you, in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. He who knows little, let him speak little. Let each speak as much as he knows, and he who knows nothing, let him at least teach his neighbour one virtuous deed by setting him good example and refraining from playing dice and from fornication. And that applies both to priests and to you, brothers and sisters.
That's his conclusion?
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Нормально.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
came here. Don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. But I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now, slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhoff.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed.
Короче, я посещение, блин. Все. Так, что у нас? Выследить вонючку. Да чтоб тебя, а? Так, это как ехать-то? Отсюда вот так вот, да? А, это... Офигеть. Это мне надо опять через Таймблер, да, проезжать. Почтника ничего не дали, каких. Еще мотает, да?
Yeah.
Ну я так поехал. Да.
Yeah.
What are you doing, you murderer? Это не я, блядь.
I didn't kill anyone. The corpse was already lying there when I got here.
What are you doing here, nearby a corpse? Nearby a murder?
I'm traveling the province in the service of Sir Radzig Kabila.
Sir Radzig? Heavens, begging your pardon. I didn't mean anything. All right, I suppose you're not the guilty one after all.
I'm glad you saw sense. And what exactly were you doing here, anyway?
What are you getting at?
It'll be easier for you if you confess.
All right then, I did it. I didn't want to kill him. I just couldn't stop myself. There he is with money, strutting around. I've barely got enough to keep myself fed. You don't have to tell anyone, you know? And you won't regret it.
Forget it. I won't be bribed.
Я потом найду Малера, нахуй. А пока займемся нашим торговцем. Погони. Нахуя? Торговец лежит, это зачем за ним гнаться? Так, стоп. Я куда повернул? Да-да.
Yeah.
Я, походу, не туда поехал. Так-то я все правильно, да, их походе. Свернул.
Yeah. I feel quite hungry.
Yeah.
А, короче, мясо сушеное покупать, да.
Yeah.
Я не туда свернул, да, походу. Так что портится, если саму готовить? Так оно портится постоянно. Я готовил. Какой навык? Какой навык разве есть? Такого навыка нету. Я, я не вижу такого навыка. В навыках. Вот, солонина, да. Коптильщик в алхимии. Так это-то... А, солонина не портится вообще. Ой, сушеное мясо, оно не портится вообще. Нормально.
Yeah.
Заебись, я по кругу, короче, развернулся. Я сюда приехал, да, мне назад надо.
Yeah.
Ага, да, да. трупики лежат. Так, здесь.
Yeah.
Епку, стояние.
Yeah.
На, к воде, да? Я здесь вот.
Yeah.
Что такое? А. Башку, блять, уебался в ветку, походу. Сука, больно.
Yeah.
Так, чё здесь? Ничку нам высыпать.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
А, он еще на той стороне, да, где-то. Меня. Я сюда уехал, да?
Yeah.
Да, сейв, все, этот запрет-то в лошадь кинуть. А чё он мне, блядь? А, типа я уебался, и у меня все сломалось, да? Рома, меч, да, надо починить. А, это не мой, вот мой. Все, норм.
God be with you.
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki. Do you know him?
Riki? You mean Hinak, the courier's son?
Maybe. Do you know where I might find him?
No, he's not usually around here. Try asking at his home. But I hope you've got a thick skin. The old courier ain't exactly charming.
So you know this?
Not much.
Why's that?
Well, no.
What? Why?
Well, Hinak.
What?
Just so.
Don't tell me there's not a single...
May the Lord watch over you.
Так. Пиздец тут сразу, блядь. Чё там визжишь-то, блядь? Ходить надо нормально.
What? God be with you.
I'm looking for your...
I don't know.
Don't you at least know?
Hinek shows up.
Your son is about to get into deep shit. I'm trying to find him so I can warn him.
That's nothing new. He's always up to his ears in it.
But this time his neck's on the block. He got mixed up with some very dangerous people. I have to find him.
All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
I don't follow.
Hinek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods, but he never told me where it is.
Well, it's not much to go on, but it's better than nothing. Thank you. Don't you have any...
I really...
How's that?
Because every time he...
He had money because he sold the stuff right away.
I suppose.
Do you know who he sold?
No.
All right. What more do you know?
Nothing.
I know he didn't... How much time...
Well, he came and went...
So he probably went...
I reckon. What do I know?
Don't you have...
Because every time... Go. And if he's really in as much shit as you say...
Кстати, кузнец, да, есть? На той стороне.
Good day to you. What do you... God be with you.
Что у тебя есть? Алебарда, чешское копье. Все, что ли? Ой. Ничего, да? Я старый баба. Подковывает.
Take care now.
Я как подхилиться-то? Никак не подхилиться, да? Можно в купальню сходить, почиститься, да? И этот мыться. Наверное, вылечить. Пока бабки есть. Что, блин? За что ты не можешь ведро пройти? Капец, что мост не можете сделать нормально. Зелье не варю.
What do you... Take care.
I'm interested in...
Uh-huh.
I'll certainly...
But of course,
Fine.
I'm sure you'll be extreme. God bless.
30-ка хуя стоит. Бля, еще и до вечера ждать сейчас. О, потом еще спать идти в таверну, бля, до утра. Да, я этот тайный миллионер. Я. Че? У меня там, блядь, дома сундук набит, блядь, оружием.
Sir, this is a bathhouse, not a brothel.
Nevertheless. Hey.
Hey!
Чё? Чё? Слышишь? Чё, конечно?
Good health to you.
О.
So you know that?
Not much.
Why is that?
No one with...
What can you tell?
He's just...
What?
Well,
Why is... So a bit more than...
just so.
I suppose it was nothing.
God be with you.
Так, с кем мне тут надо поговорить-то? Какую-то девку надо найти, да? Ну, какая-то.
What's that? Hey!
Теперь до утра ждать тут.
What do you want from me now?
I heard you've been seeing.
So what?
God, no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the only one in the village who sees Hinek, so I came to ask you about him.
Aye, I've seen him.
Where can I find?
I haven't seen
Does he do that often?
from time to time.
What the hell does he get? He goes to the wood
What do you mean?
with all the footpads, looters, cumin.
But Hinek doesn't have anything to do with those people.
Oh, really? Then what does he do there? I don't.
Mushrooms? No. More like hares.
So Hinek is a poach.
Well,
Do you know exactly where?
he said he has
When did you last?
a few days.
And that was on you.
I never saw.
So he was acting.
He was.
Can you remember?
Oh,
What did he say about the money?
what? And if I want.
Did you go there? Yeah. Did he tell you exactly where he hid? All right. Thanks. Is it true?
What?
Oh,
The.
so you only.
Both.
There's nothing.
No.
Don't worry.
No, I'm not.
How? Do you know? Do you know? Good.
Good luck then.
Да, осталось с этим поболтать, да? С мясником. А, опять сюда. Какие-то ник вонючки. А где тайник там, вонючка? Идем искать.
To heal, mutt.
Чего, поспать?
My pleasure.
Где это?
Here, enjoy it.
I'll be with you.
Is there somewhere?
Certainly. For how long?
Shit! Just the one night.
No problem. But you pay in advance.
Here you go.
You'll like it.
I want to ask.
You only drive.
Really?
Who are you?
A friend of him.
I don't know.
I don't give a damn what.
What about?
More.
All right.
You have my word.
Fine.
I hear him.
Nothing.
But
I happen.
how do you know that?
Whenever Ricky.
How much game?
Not much.
And do you know of any mine shafts near?
There's a few of them. Then there's a. And I heard.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care now.
Так, чё, где поспать? здесь. Завидно, да-да-да. Сколько времени? Не пора ли, блядь, на ужин? Пора, время 8 часов. Пора ужинать. Че, я думаю, пока все? Да? Пока сохранение есть, да? Потом поедем искать вонючку. Салат мимоза. У меня этот овощной салат. Овощной салат, мясо в духовке с грибами. Тоже ничего. Че, ладненько тогда этот? Давайте попозже свидимся. Всем покеда. Приятного, кстати, граб. Погнал я. Ага, спасибо.